The history of Beijing can be traced back over 3,000 years. Since 1045 BC, Beijing has been the capital of multiple dynasties, from the Liu, Jin, Yuan, Ming, Qing to modern times, and has always been the political and cultural center of China. Especially since the Yuan dynasty, Beijing has become the capital of China. Kublai Khan, the founder of Yuan dynasty, named it Daidu, marking the beginning of Beijing as the center of the country. During the reign of Emperor Changzu Zashu, Beijing was officially designated as the capital of the Ming dynasty and underwent large-scale urban construction and planning, laying the foundation for today's Beijing city. The Qing dynasty continued to use Beijing as its capital and carried out further expansion and maintenance. In modern times, Beijing witnessed the transformation of China from a feudal dynasty to a republic. In 1949, the People's Republic of China was established, and Beijing was designated as the capital of New China, gradually developing into an international metropolis. Beijing's historical relics and cultural heritage are extremely rich, and it is an important representative of China's and even the world's cultural heritage. The Forbidden City, Temple of Heaven, and Summer Palace are all important components of the World Cultural Heritage List. The name of Beijing has undergone multiple changes, from Danyang Dunik, totally daily beeping Nick, and now to Gipejichi. Each name carries a history behind it. The Palace Museum, located in the center of Beijing and formerly known as the Forbidden City, was the imperial palace of the Ming and Qing dynasties. It is also the largest and most well-preserved wooden structure ancient architectural complex in the world. The Forbidden City was first built in 1406, the fourth year of the Yongle reign of the Ming dynasty. It covers an area of approximately 720,000 square meters and has nearly 1,000 palaces and tens of thousands of houses. The architectural layout of the Forbidden City is rigorous, divided into two main parts, the outer court and the inner court. The outer court was mainly used by the emperor to handle court affairs, while the inner court was the residence of the emperor and his concubines. The Palace Museum collects a large number of precious artworks and handicrafts, including paintings, calligraphy, ceramics, bronzeware, etc., reflecting the superb craftsmanship and aesthetic taste of ancient China. Literally, in recent years, the Palace Museum has provided visitors with richer interactive experiences through digital means such as virtual reality (VR) and augmented reality (AR). If you want to visit this ancient imperial city, you must make an appointment in advance for which day to go, of course using a mobile phone. In China, mobile phones are omnipotent. The Great Wall is one of the symbols of China and also a World Cultural Heritage Site. The Great Wall in Beijing mainly refers to the Great Wall, with the most famous sections being Badaling and Mutianyu. But it is not recommended to go before holidays because there are too many people. As mentioned in the previous video, the Great Wall was first built during the spring and autumn period and the Warring States period. It was later constructed and expanded by multiple dynasties such as Qing, Han, and Ming, with a total length of over 11 kilometers. It is the crystallization of the wisdom and diligence of the ancient Chinese laboring people. The Great Wall in the Beijing area is mostly built between towering mountains, all composed of sturdy brick and stone structures, and complex enemy towers and beacon towers. The Badaling Great Wall is the most visited section of the Great Wall, with cable cars and pulleys for easy climbing by tourists. The Mutianyu Great Wall is favored for its primitive appearance and fewer tourists. My suggestion is to visit the Great Wall not in the Beijing section, but in the Hebei and Shaanxi sections, where there are relatively fewer people and you can see the ancient Great Wall. The Temple of Heaven is located in the southern part of Beijing and was a place where emperors of the Ming and Qing dynasties worshipped heaven and prayed for valleys. It is also the largest and most complete ancient altar building complex in China. The Temple of Heaven includes major buildings such as the Round Hill Altar, the Hall of Prayer for Good Harvests, and the Imperial Vault. Its clever design reflects ancient Chinese cosmology and philosophical thought. The architecture and layout of the Temple of Heaven reflect the traditional cultural concepts of round sky and square earth, feng riu lent feng, naivety of heaven and men, shao, and are important symbols of Chinese traditional culture. The Temple of Heaven Park is not only a place for tourists to learn about traditional Chinese culture, but also a great place for citizens to relax and exercise. The ancient and famous trees and green spaces in the park provide valuable green spaces for the city. The Summer Palace is the largest and most well-preserved imperial garden in China, with Kunming Lake and Wanshu Mountain as its base sites, and is known as the Po Royal Garden Museum. The Peking Man site at Suodakodian is a world-famous ancient anthropological site which provides valuable information for the study of human origin and evolution. There are many other famous attractions in Beijing, such as Tiananmen Square, Nanduogeshan, Xibei Art District, etc. Each place has unique historical and cultural value. Next, let me take a look at Beijing's specialty cuisine. Beijing roast duck is a signature dish in Beijing with crispy skin, tender meat, and golden color. The production technique of roast duck has a long and rich history spanning hundreds of years. The production process of Beijing roast duck is exquisite, from selecting ducks, slaughtering, removing feathers, blowing air-hanging colors to grilling. Every step needs to be strictly controlled. Especially during the roasting process, controlling the heat is particularly important to ensure that the outer skin of the roasted duck is crispy and the meat is tender. The traditional way of eating roasted duck is to slice it thinly, mix it with shredded scallions, cucumber strips, and sweet sauce, and roll it with thin pancakes. One bite, the taste is distinct and fragrant. Many foreign heads of state visit China and taste this Beijing-style delicacy, which has become a business card for Beijing's foreign exchanges. Every foreigner who comes to Beijing for the first time cannot refuse it. Fermented sour milk made from ground mung bean. Wow, gold is a drink made from fermented soybeans. It has a unique taste and a certain sour taste. It is rich in protein and various trace elements and has good nutritional value. Except for locals in Beijing, most people are really not used to drinking. Jiaguan is a fried food with a circular shape, golden color, and crispy texture. Served with fermented sour milk made from ground mung bean. Wow, gold, it can neutralize the sour taste of fermented sour milk made from ground mung bean. Wow, gold, and make the taste more harmonious. Not only is it a breakfast choice for Beijing citizens, but it is also the best choice for tourists to experience the flavor of Beijing. Testamian is a very popular pasta in Beijing. The soul of fried soybean paste noodles lies in its sauce, which is usually made by frying soybean paste, sweet soybean paste, and diced meat. The noodles of fried soy sauce noodles are generally handmade. Lamian noodles. The noodles should be strong and elastic and can absorb the flavor of soy sauce. Mix the stir-fried sauce into the cooked noodles and wrap each noodle with a rich sauce, making it taste fragrant. Sangxieshir are an important part of Beijing's food culture. Copper pot braised pork is a specialty dish in Beijing, which is rarely seen in other parts of China. In the process of making copper pot braised pork, the bottom of the pot is usually clear soup or water, paired with a few slices of ginger and scallions, and sometimes dried shiitake mushrooms, or mushrooms are added to enhance the flavor. Choosing high-quality meat in Beijing, boiled lamb is the most popular choice, especially cheap meat from Inner Mongolia, because its meat is delicious and suitable for boiling. When paired with some vegetables, it cannot be stopped. Braised and roasted pork belly is a dish that combines various delicacies, mainly made from pork intestines, pork belly, pork lungs, fried tofu, and pork belly. Yes, you heard it, right? Most of them are big organs, but trust me, after eating them, you will fall in love with them. During the production process, these ingredients are slowly stewed and then chopped for consumption. Among them, the stewed fire is cut into small pieces and then soaked in a rich brine to make it more flavorful. In addition, garlic juice, fermented bean curd juice, coriander, leek flour, and other auxiliary materials are mixed together to form a rich brine. There are many other specialties in Beijing, such as avudigagar, glutinous rice rolls with sweet bean flour, AI, tengu shell, etc. But that's all I can think of. If you have any impressive cuisine in Beijing, please let me know in the comment section.